I'm sorry, what was that? Could you repeat all of those words again?
All of those words again.
Oh, damn it. Yes. I have been taking little bits of video. I am taking a little bit of video right now, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. Although,
And,
I feel like a planer would be great right here. Like a hand planer. A really
Right?
long one.
yeah.
Can you use a hand planer across the grain, though? Not that well. It doesn't work as well. And it won't work.
And you can use it at an angle, and a small plane would able to do some of the work. But really, the chisel is more or less what you want to use. And now Sam has grabbed the 1-inch one, but in any case. So this is the way the door is going to fit together. You need to trim a little bit off of this bottom piece here, but they're all lapped together so that if the wood shrinks at all, it won't leave a gap straight through the door. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to add anything to the back to make the door a bit thicker or insulate it. I might. But it's just very simple. Took the leftover rafters from the roof, had about 6 of them. Made a little jig for the table saw to use it as a jointer. It's a very simple thing. It's literally just this. It's got this strip here, which lets you clamp it to the fence, and then you cut in with the blade so that this back piece here is flush with the edge of the blade. You just pass it along there. It works pretty well, like a jointer, which flattens out the sides of these boards, and then just took strips out to do the laps on the table saw. In the end here, we're doing with the basic, take a circ saw, make a bunch of notches, knock them out, and then chisel and sand it down. Still need to get a tripod. Well, that's one door clamped up, which was a very stressful experience. It should do all right. We're going to have to trim it a little bit anyway. I left it, some of the pieces just a little bit long so that we could make sure it could get trimmed to square and still fit the frame just about perfectly. It's actually came in almost perfect. I think it'll be a little bit tall though. And so we're going to take out the slightly oversized bits at the end, all in one go, probably with the circ saw and a guide or something, and then got some nice fancy hinges for it. Where'd they go? Well, they're around somewhere. Anyway, you know, nice fancy barn door hinges. Got the a rough door jamb put in, which we'll be probably capping at least on the outside with some trim. That's nice. And that's about it. And my brother cut out these supports, and that's going to be the ramp in. About 5 feet long along the top edge. Be nice to do the whole thing out pressure treated, but I'm out of pressure treated. I've only just got a bit more. So what we're going to be doing is just using regular 3/4 ply. And making slats all the way up. Got a whole bunch of chunks here that have already been rained on, so see how they last. And if they don't, we'll replace them. Well, it's been a little bit. Made some progress I forgot to really take video of because we're just getting really pressed for time, and there was a lot getting done very quickly. I do finally have a little tripod coming today just for my phone camera. Not quite ready to drop the cash on a more professional setup. But let's take a walk through with what we got. It is right now. Look at that. Doors came out pretty well. Made some small errors with them. First set of double doors I've ever made. I'm really pleased with them. You'll note at the top there, those 2 little lines, they don't quite line up. Because I got it turned around when I was shaving them to get them into the door frame properly. And took the wrong amount off the wrong side. Other than those lines lining up though, it doesn't make a huge difference. And it's pretty hard to see. So all the bottom windows are in, these guys. Windows in the back have yet to be installed. Because, well, they sent me replacement windows instead of, new installation windows. So they don't have the nailing flange and the flashing that's attached to. Which is very irritating, and I would just send them back, because I can't actually seem to find these things anywhere that I can be sure, because I'm pretty sure it didn't actually say replacement window on the site. That'll be the right thing, and it's relatively simple to just use them anyway. I just take some flashing and make the shape, and then caulk it in place. And shims. Anyway, this nice lock set on there. It's nice, big old hinges. The ramp finish here works really nice. Probably want to take the router with the flush cut bit and go down along this edge here. They're pretty much in line, but I can clean that up just a little, just for the sake of it. There's a little bit of flex in it in between each board, but not enough to really matter. I don't think I'm going to be carting anything too heavy up into this place. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Just these 2x4s on the back here to add a little reinforcement. These center panels are just pinned in at the top and bottom otherwise. And you'll notice the gaps in the door, that's entirely intentional. That allows the panels to expand and contract without buckling or breaking. Now then, we have the one little light in here so far. Got not a whole lot of tool stations set up or anything really, just got my stuff brought in. I've got this piece here as a backstop. I'm going to be adding more, top and bottom. And then I got these beautiful, slightly stubborn deadbolts. Another one down here. This one locks into the up position. Again, it's this pressure on the door making it unhappy here, so that it won't catch when you try to close the door. Gravity holds it in place the rest of the time. These are hand forged, and welded. Pretty straightforward. I really like how they came out. Anyway, I've got the majority of the good lumber and the salvageable lumber, which I've already hit with a 10% bleach solution and scrubbed off. In here, not in any particularly good orientation. Sheathing up on the walls, not everywhere yet. I'm putting that up a bit at a time. And I'm starting to do panels up on the ceiling as well. So I'm taking this leftover pink insulation that I used in the floor, because we were able to get the insulation up like this, and if we use the bat insulation for this last section where the rafters are cut, it'll push flush up against the underside of the roof, which means we'll have no air going up there, which means moisture and condensation and all that. So I'm just taking sections of that purple foam and stacking it up in there as best I can. Then this is just quarter ply here. I'm using it because I had it. It's free. And then I've got a set of lights to go there and there on the other side, and I've got an old ceiling fan from my old apartment that I think I'm going to put up right there in the middle. And that's about where we are. The doors are looking really great. They could use a bit more finishing. Just a few nice touches here and there. I also ran out of the Danish wood oil I was using to finish them. They both have one coat on the front, and this one's been hit on the back as well. But I want to really hit them nice and heavy so the wood doesn't get too damaged by the rain, which we've been having lots of. That's from one go. It's, I don't know, 4 inches in there. One other important thing. The mesh that's been forced up into that space and stapled on. It's here in the front and up in the back as well under the eaves. Turns out that squirrels actually particularly like bat insulation. That's what I've been told. I didn't find this out personally, fortunately, because it's soft and it's warm and they can burrow into it really easily. So that's important, and that's up now. I was kind of hoping to have that up the very day that we put the roof insulation in. That didn't happen. But we didn't get any squirrels in the intervening time, which is surprising. Because there's like 8 of them that frequent my yard. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Made a lot of progress really fast, and now I'm really getting ready to button this thing up as is, more or less. The doors are lockable because we got this landscaping project to get to. And then, I got the siding to put on, and that'll happen when it happens. Probably in the next couple weeks.